Good morning, all. Welcome back to my class. Today we are going to learn the third unit from our literature textbook. Unit 3 Glimpses of the Past. This lesson gives us a short and precise description of events that took place in our country from 1757 to 1857. Turn your textbook to page number 36. Look at the textbook. The matters. At a function in Delhi. O my countrymen, let your eyes fill with tears as you recall the sacrifices of India's martyrs. I am going to explain, so listen. The scene represents a function that took place in Delhi. Lata Mangeshkar can be seen singing "Ye Mere Vadan Ke Logo." She called upon the Indians to recall the sacrifices of Indian freedom fighters with tearful eyes. Look at the textbook. Company's conquests, 1757 to 1849. With its superior weapons, the British East India Company was extending its power in 18th century India. Indian princes were short-sighted. That upstart Raja Bah called the English merchants, "They will help me to defeat him." The people had no peace due to such constant fights. The rivalries helped the East India Company, and it could easily subdue Indian princes one by one. A far-seeing ruler like the brave Tipu of Mysore fought the British till he died fighting. How did Indians react to these conquests? Thank God, there is peace in the country now. No more wars and no looting by thugs. It is God who sent the British. Our destiny is linked with them. The white man has killed or dethroned our kings. Some kings were not good, but after all they were of this land. Now we have become slaves of foreigners. Okay, then listen, I am going to explain. The English East India Company came to India for trade, but with its superior weapons of diplomacy, they extended its power in the 18th century. Indian princes were short-sighted. People in India had no peace due to constant fights among the states of the country. They sought the help of the English merchants to defeat each other. These rivalries helped the company to defeat and subdue Indian princes one after the other. However, the brave Tipu Sultan of Mysore fought the British till his last moment. The general reaction to the British rule was not the same everywhere in India. Some of them were very happy because they thought peace could finally prevail. They thought it put an end to war and looting by thugs. Thugs means a violent person, especially a criminal. On other hand, people knew that even if some of the princes were cruel, but after all they were Indians. They had realized that they had become the slaves of the Englishmen. Then look at the textbook. British rule 1765 to 1836. Religious leaders preached ideas like untouchability and child marriage. Anyone who crosses the seas loses his religion. All the mystery in the world is due to women. The truth was that Indians had lost self-respect. The British scorned them. The natives are unworthy of trust, incapable of honesty. True, your honor, but I am honest. Being merchants, the British wanted quick profits. The heavy taxes forced farmers to abandon their fields. But your men are taking all my crop. You are still in arrears. If you don't pay next week, I will send you to jail. Inevitably, famines followed. Between 1822 and 1836, 15 lakh Indians died of starvation. Still, the British invented other methods which gave them more profits. The goods manufactured in England should not have any import duty when brought into India. A good idea. The East India Company's laws began to cripple Indian industries. The British policies ruined the expert artisans and their business. I am going to explain, so listen. Some religious leaders supported the social evils such as untouchability and child marriage. They forbade crossing the seas and going abroad. A few said that women were to blame for all the mystery. The truth was that Indians had lost self-respect. The white hated and disbelieved them. The English were merchants first. Their aim was to make quick profits. They imposed heavy taxes on the farmers. They sent many farmers to jail for failing to pay their tax arrears. They destroyed Indian cottage industries also in order to sell goods manufactured in England. They exempted all goods imported from England from duties. Thus, they ruined Indian artisans and their business. Look at the textbook. Mohan Roy, 1772 to 1833. Mohan Roy, a learned man from Bengal, understood what was wrong with the country. Let us not despise ourselves. Our ancient culture is great, and we are capable of greater achievements. We must first reform our society. Superstitions have been ruining us. He told his wife Uma, cows are of different colors, but the color of their milk is the same. Different teachers have different opinions, but the essence of every religion is the same. He was attracted by science and modern knowledge. Knowledge should be practical and scientific. He started newspapers, but the suspicious British stopped them in 1823. He crossed the seas and went to England to see what made the British powerful. There he told them, "We accept you as rulers, and you must accept us as subjects. But you must remember the responsibility a ruler owns to his subjects." I am going to explain, so listen. Ram Mohan Roy, a learned social reformer from Bengal, understood what was wrong with the country. He called upon the people to feel proud of their ancient culture and get the society rid of silly superstitions. He told his wife, cows are of different colors, but the color of their milk is the same. This means that different teachers might have different opinions, but the essence of each religion is the same. He understood the importance of science and modern knowledge. He started newspapers, but the British stopped them in 1823. He was inquisitive to know what made the British so powerful. So he crossed the seas and traveled to England. He agreed to accept British as rulers, but they must remember the responsibilities of rulers towards their subjects. Look at the textbook. Oppression, 1765 to 1835. But the British continued to oppress Indians. In 1818, they had passed Regulation 3. Under it, an Indian could be jailed without trial in a court. All the time, British officers in India drew big salaries and also made fortunes in private business. By 1829, Britain was exporting British goods worth 7 crore rupees to India. The British prospered on the company's loot, while Indian industries began to die. Governor General Bentinck reported back home, "The bones of cotton weavers are bleaching the plains of India." I am going to explain, so listen. From 1765 to 1835, the British continued to oppress Indians. In 1818, they passed a regulation under which an Indian could be jailed without trial. The British officers in India drew huge amounts of salaries and could deepen their pockets by making a fortune out of their private businesses. By 1829, the Britishers were exporting goods worth 7 crore rupees to India. As a result, Britain prospered while Indian industries began to decline. Governor General Bentinck wrote back home about the starving cotton weavers. This means that the cotton weavers were forced to starve because of the cotton mills set up by the Britishers. They produced much cheaper clothes with the help of machines that led the traditional Indian handicrafts to extinction. That's all for the day. Thank you.